Big-time drug maker Eli Lilly is suing a list of medical spas and wellness centers for selling a weight loss drug they haven't approved. The company says these spas are, quote, fraudulently claiming to sell the type 2 diabetes drug Mounjaro, but really it only has one of the key ingredients, and it's still being sold for weight loss. The company says it filed the lawsuit to, quote, protect its patents. Joining us now, Dr. Anthony Harris. He's board certified in occupational and environmental medicine. Doctor, great to have you. So first, how dangerous are these compounds?
Sure. Well, thank you, Kelly, first for having me. And these compounds, are associated with particularly two types of pharmacies. One, a state licensed pharmacy that can make their own drugs, so to speak, and two, a type of pharmacy called a distribution or outsourcing pharmacy, and they too can make their own medications and distribute them, but only under certain conditions. And those conditions are predicated and promulgated by the FDA, meaning that if there's a drug that's rare, hard to get, then these compounders can make certain medications and distribute them. But that's not the case for Mounjaro.
Okay, so this begs the question, I would say, how can a company sell a medicine not approved by the company who makes it?
You bet. The FDA does strictly prohibits manufacturing drugs that are patented and readily available, right? And compounders, because of what we saw with Ozempic, got into a habit of compounding what are called GLP-1 medications, and that is what Mounjaro is. Actually, it's the first medication to have two receptors, groundbreaking and more effective than Ozempic. But Ozempic was on that FDA list, meaning that manufacturers, compounders could make it legally. Not the case, again, with Mounjaro. And so that's why we see this coming about, Eli Lilly filing suit. It's really to protect the consumers because we know way back in 2012, there was a compounder in Massachusetts that led and was tagged to 60 deaths, over 720 infections from a manufactured medication. So it's important that we be mindful where we get our medications, and there are measures to help protect the consumer.
Serious risk there. So to your point, and including other weight loss drugs, how do we know if we're getting a compound or the real thing?
Sure. The first thing to look for, Kelly, is branded medication, right? If it's a new medication, fresh on the market, most likely it's patented and it's proprietary and it's associated with a brand, like in this case with Mounjaro. If you're ordering from a website, we talked about last week on this program, ordering from Amazon or Walmart, be cautious because we know there are a number of compounders out there that are not appropriately making and selling these medications, and that's the number one thing to look for. Is it associated with a major brand?
So we have about 40 seconds left, but I'm curious, what is your opinion on medical spas? What part is really medical and what part has to abide by the rules, so to speak?
Sure. So, medical spas in and of themselves are not harmful, right? They offer some great solutions for many who have objectives to either lose weight in a healthy fashion with prescriptive care, or are seeking to just, better their overall health and wellness. And what we need to be mindful of is that, again, there are good actors and bad actors out there, and we need to understand what exactly is being sold and distributed in these medical spas. And we know that in this case, there's a lot of harm that could be caused from the illegal compounding of this medication.
All right. Awareness key here. Dr. Anthony Harris, always a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.